Let's talk about law of attraction. The reality that you experience is a reflection of how you see the world and how you see yourself. So ultimately, it is a reflection of your beliefs about yourself. And so I'm attempting to clear up some of the misunderstandings out there. For example, one person asked, I was molested when I was 4, and how does a child, manifest these horrible, abuse or diseases or very tragic circumstances, because it's not like they're asking. Well, they don't have to believe that necessarily to manifest that. It is more of the vibration that they're in during that time. So when you're in low vibration, other things that match that frequency can occur. Now, whether it is them being in low vibration or something caused them to be in that low vibration or some other similar vibratory aspect at that time from their parents, from their environment, whatever the case may be, you have to be in the proximity of something that's in a similar frequency for that to occur. So it is not logical like a baby or a child will say, I want this terrible thing to happen to me. But once it occurs, then the trauma or the wound that's created from that child experiencing that traumatic thing now sets them up for something that's equally traumatic. So it is kind of tricky to talk about it because, people think that it's as if a child or innocent person or baby is asking for certain things to happen, and they would never do that. Well, nobody wants to suffer, and nobody wants to experiencing bad things, but sometimes it occurs because we unconsciously or unintentionally attract these things by our focus. So as far as reflection goes, sometimes the reflection is obvious. For example, if you don't like yourself, then you may manifest people who don't like you either. Other times, it may not be. So, for example, if a gorgeous person thinks they're ugly, but other people see them as gorgeous, but they really believe they're ugly, then they're going to manifest people who see them as ugly. Or perhaps they'll even interpret other people's reaction as, oh, they think I'm ugly, even though they don't actually think that. And that's how powerful belief can be. It's even when other people don't see you that way, if you insist on seeing yourself that way, then the reality that you, the person who believes that, sees it. So, for example, there are a lot of people who are dieting or anorexic, for example, women who are super, super skinny, and they still think they're fat, right? So that's a perfect example, right? Other people don't see the woman as fat. They think she's actually, too skinny already. But for some reason, the woman who has the body image issue still thinks they're fat. So they keep on starving themselves, and they get skinny, and they get really, really malnourished, and they still think they're fat. So it is not that other people are doing it to her. It is that the world or the reality that she experiences is such that it is a reflection of what she believes about herself. Other examples might be like if you're afraid of dogs, right? So if you're afraid of dogs and a dog bites you, so it doesn't mean you're going to bite yourself. That's not that. But the reflection is that you experience dogs who are vicious, let's say. And so there are plenty of friendly dogs, but the dogs that you attract are going to be the dogs that are aggressive or vicious or attempt to bite you, because based on your fear, you're attracting the dogs that are aggressive. Other ones might be like if you're, for example, you're a rich guy and you don't believe you can get women without money. And so on the flip side, he attracts women who, want to use their looks to get money. And so this is an example of a lock and key, right? So there are other women who don't need guys for their money, and there are guys who can get women without money. But the men who want to do that attract the women who fit the pattern. So that's the reflection, right? It's like the lock and key. They're fitting the pattern that they believe, or the pattern that they are trying to use. So yeah, there's probably other examples I can't think of at the moment, but hopefully that gives you a little idea. It is your reality that you experience is always going to match what you believe you deserve, what you believe you can experience, and it's based on your limitations or lack of limitations. So some other people, for example, they believe that no matter how much money they spend, there's more money coming. They don't know what they're going to do next, and they just work, do things, have fun, and money always shows up. And for them, it becomes true. And that's just how powerful belief is. And other people believe that life has to be a struggle, and no matter how much money or how hard you work, or all these other things that you do, it's always got to be a struggle. And for them, that's true too. So it is not one reality. It's the reality that you experience is ultimately about what you believe about yourself. So the reflection is going to be people, circumstances, situations that will match what you believe you can have or can't have. All right. So hopefully it helps. Thanks for watching.